Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and
Yes.
welcome once
Good
again,
morning, good
Skeksis
afternoon,
Suckers,
and
to
good
another
evening,
episode
and
of
welcome
Emrae,
once again,
a Dungeons and Dragons
to another episode of Emrae.
game in a 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry, I was hearing myself through stream, so I've ruined my intro. This whole stream is screwed. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
It's all over.
Anyway, we're back. This is the second time doing the intro because I didn't have audio the first time. Really, this is all just for Ed's benefit. Ed can hear me, so we're just gonna keep going.
It's edifying.
In our last episode, the party had returned after killing a bunch of spiders and some drow, and learned a bunch from Marine about the mechanics of the Eurolobin teleportation circles and how that all works. And were sent on a glorious quest by Chief Furrier to um, wend their way across the wilds of Corm to the World Tree, as it was known, or what is it, Mondarbor or something like that. I named it something.
You're the dungeon master.
I think
You get to tell
Modarbo?
us.
Mondarbo.
I wrote Modarbo.
I mean, it's Esperanto for World Tree. That's how I generated that particular fun thing.
Then there's the Renacools,
Yeah,
who are the
Mondarbo.
keepers of the World Tree.
Yes, the Renacul are the folks that we're gonna go
And we have to get across the Qualiac River.
Qualiac River. Yeah, here's my
Qualiac.
notes.
Did you say Arbo with like ARBO?
Yes.
Did I hear that right?
Modarbo.
Yes.
Arbol is Spanish for tree, and mundo.
Yes.
World.
Well, Esperanto is very
Is
Latin
a
based.
mashup of all. Yeah.
So in Esperanto,
Cool.
World Tree is Monda Arbo.
Yay,
We should all just speak Esperanto.
Yay, languages.
What an interesting experiment that went nowhere. In any case, so we ended our session with the party at the time having decided to take a nice long rest and set off to in the morning on their quest. There was some chit chat about flying over the the continent, and I think that's where we left it. So we will open at the end of your conversation with the chief. This is where you guys play the game now.
Old man, remind me, did somebody mention something about another drow?
What was that?
Did somebody mention something about another drow being in that cave that we just walked out of?
Yeah, like I said, there was another drow in the cave somewhere. You guys didn't seem too worried about it.
Rather
Yeah,
unsettling, though. Don't you think?
That deserves further pondering, I think. Because, I mean, nothing stops a second drow from taking over that queenie spidery thing. But what's it? Did she have a name? I don't know. Did she have a name?
I don't think you ever gave me.
If she had a name, it was not disclosed to Rail.
Yeah.
Do spiders get names?
I
gotta look it up the spider.
If she has a name that Rail could not pronounce unless he became a spider.
That's fair.
Like an ultrasonic squeak.
Yeah, it's like that's her name.
Right.
It's almost as good as
Yeah, listen, guys, we cleared out that one drow, but they said there was another one in there, so maybe we get some rest and head back that way and clear that out for everybody?
At this, Chief Furrier perks up. He says, "Oh, well, actually, that would be wonderful. We were going to task it to the Scouts Regiment, but as I'm sure you're aware, they've come up short in the past, so having some able-bodied assistance would be most appreciated." That's the beauty of time travel. You can really embark on your quest to return home whenever. It won't make a difference if you arrive where you're supposed to at the end.
I mean, it'd be nice
Oh,
if
get
we
there, buddy, but
live to get there.
True. Yes.
Not everybody who started this journey has made it so far. So
fair. Yes. Yes. True.
Well,
but no, I mean, if we were gonna
just his name, even if he was a grumpy old coot. I mean, these drow, they shouldn't be allowed to run around amok like this, so close to Rail's encampment here. I mean, where they live. spiders can climb trees pretty easily. Last I checked.
I mean, game rules wise, we've already rested. Yeah, because we went to sleep, woke up, and then we came to have this
yes.
conversation.
Oh, you're right.
Right?
This is the morning after. You wouldn't need a new rest.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So, I mean, if anything, we just head back into that cave. Yeah.
To whom are you asking, Mister the Wall?
Please, please. Those are my parents. No, I'm just having a conversation really with I'm looking like at all of my respective party members. Like,
I'm chiming in there. I agree with you there, Wallace. It's really not like us to just bail out in the middle of something now, is it?
well, I mean, we did kind of just leave Springstone, but that was kind of beyond our control, really. Ideally, we're gonna fix all that by coming back here to stop whatever transpired from making that all happen. Yeah, that's a philosophical discussion my brain don't want to talk about. So yeah, old man, why don't we actually? So what? Remind me what we actually told us there was another drow. Was it the spider? Was it or whatever that thing was named?
I'm sorry, what?
The the spider queen was the one that mentioned the other drow. Yeah, no.
Yeah, like I said, Queen.
I had
Weird
really
spider
intense.
screech.
I had really intense dreams last night, so it's like kind of all mixing up.
He gives you a knowing wing.
Alright, so I mean this is gonna be a little bit more well. We're gonna be searching through how big are these caves systems there, old man?
They're pretty big. There's an amount that I forgot exactly how many entrances you said there were, but
there are 4 known entrances that you're aware of.
yeah. So we've seen 4 of them, and that's been all that we've discovered so far. They're probably interconnected, but I only have gone so far in.
Alright, well as long as nobody's gonna turn me into a tiny spidey again, so that when I suddenly regain human sentience, I don't suddenly understand that we're in the middle of a fight, I'd appreciate. I'm all about going let's as much as I would like to get on with this time traveling and go home, let's go deal with this drow thingy and then go about our day. So have we oh no, we grabbed food to go. Yeah, so so if you'll excuse me, gents, I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat, like a more substantial bite, because I don't know how long we're gonna be on the ground for. Do you have Mr. Chief Furrier person there? You got some
Yes.
spare torches?
Is that what you said, torches? Hello? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Discord? Hello? Uh So, all right, stream. We're gonna work on getting that back up. Uh, uh, you can hear me, yeah? Or is everything frozen? You can hear me, Ed? Alrighty, let's see if I can fix that. So, I don't know what's going on with Discord. but that's going to make playing the game very difficult. I can see that stream is still running. It's the issue is entirely with Discord. So let me see what I can do about that. This is fun. This is super fun. But I can't hear them, so I wouldn't know what they're doing. That's the problem with that. Let me see. Let's go to my task manager. Let's kill Discord. Give it an old relaunch. Technical difficulties.
There he is.
Are we back? We're good? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
All
Maybe?
right. Well, that was
Yes?
fun.
Okay, yeah.
Hi guys.
The Discord goblins don't want us to play D&D.
I don't know what happened
apparently.
there. The stream was fine. Ed was like, "Where'd everybody go?" But everything appears to be good now. So,
Yeah, from our perspective, it looked like you disconnected.
yeah, from my perspective, it looked like y'all froze, and then I just couldn't reconnect. But like, it wasn't internet at large because the stream stayed live. I could still browse and stuff. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
what that was all about. Anyway,
Weird.
yeah, very very weird. Um. Anyway, let us proceed with whatever the hell we were talking about. where
I
where
was
were we?
asking I was asking the chief if he had some torches.
Ah,
we could use
yes,
since we were
torches.
exploring
Um,
some means of producing light, whatever you all use in here. Maybe you don't like fire. I don't know. We are on a big tree.
well, some of us are able to produce light magically, but for those who are not, a torch is certainly something we can provide.
I mean, I can provide some light. I don't have like sparkles come out of my hands or like shoot out of the tip of my sword. Like, see, I can do things.
A torch minus the self-righteousness would be most welcome.
I look incredibly
Prestidigitory.
proud when you do that.
It's just like
I like that Jin is low key like taking credit for your being a sorcerer.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though like
Basically, I just assume that from watching me, he's picked it up.
I love that that's where this has gone. Oh yeah, you have one more to be. Okay. Which one is it? This one. Got it. Okay. Actually, what did you say you did? You made sparks come off of your blade?
the end of the sword, yeah, like off the
Well,
tip. It was like,
that is a very interesting choice. As a result, that happens.
Wait, am I supposed to do something?
Did you whisper something to Mike?
no, I've learned a spell. That's funny.
That was on your list, so it worked out.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you did a thing that absolutely would
Like-
unlock that in your head.
Just like so, yeah. The sparks come out of the end of the sword, and I'm like, you see Wallace just sort of pause and sort of ponder his own sword for a moment, way more than he normally would. Just like, now I want to use this again. as if I haven't used it 1,000 times before. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Torches?
Yes, yes. You can certainly acquire some from the armory, which does not exist on the map, so we'll just say that you got it. We don't need to roleplay that.
Yeah, we all have dark vision,
Uh,
so no one uses torches that often.
Wish I had dark.
Fair.
Oh,
You see, Wallace just starts to like maneuver, go toward wherever you go to get down in this tree section. But like as I'm walking, I keep causing sparks to come out of the end of my sword just to see if like anything else is anything else gonna happen.
The
So like you'll just you see sparks just coming out, like you see like prestidigitated sparks come out of different parts. Like his shield does it, and like he makes his boot do it at one point. Like the armor
Poof.
does it, and it's just like
Poof.
off the elbow. Just like is something else gonna happen? Like what?
You give yourself one of those like in like Diablo, you get the flaming path.
Yeah, like
For your
firewalkers.
Yeah.
I like it. So yeah, you can each get anyone who wants can acquire 2 torches.
Watch.
Sure.
I like that, Ed. The armory's invisible, so enemies can't find it.
I'll take 2 torches.
Would said armory happen to have hand crossbows?
You already
Uh,
have one. Oh, you need 2. That's right.
Yeah.
I
Otherwise,
thought we went through this before already in terms of what they did and didn't have.
I didn't put it in my inventory, which is why I'm double checking.
I recall a really, really unintelligent conversation about why they didn't have shotgun bolts.
True.
Shotgun shells.
Um,
I don't think we talked about hand crossbows though.
yeah, no.
But I don't have to go back to
I'm
the
pretty
video.
sure I told Leganor previously that you could certainly acquire hand crossbows from the armory.
Oh, there you are.
Well,
And if I didn't, I'm telling you now.
that is excellent.
Along with,
It's
I
quite
assume.
possible that you did, sometime in the last 8 weeks, and I didn't put it in my inventory. So
Yeah, that's fair. You may not have actually gone to the armory either. And that may have happened during a session that we are trying to forget.
Well, that and for theater of the mind, I'm picturing this bard over here that has 2 revolvers slung across, and then 2 hand crossbows also. So it's like, really, you need all that?
Somebody really, really wants to replay the Matrix scene. Just
Drop, grab.
Or no, that would be Boondock Saints. Just all the guns inside the dude's jacket. Anyway.
Yeah.
Shepherds we shall be.
All right. So we acquire the items.
Do we want to walk there again, or should we fly there?
I kind of. How are you gonna make us fly again? I forgot how this will work. Everybody else is gonna. Somebody's gonna transform me into something that can be carried. So I.
Well, we talked about it before because we have the polymorph spell, so I can shapeshift and we can shapeshift someone else, and the giant eagle can carry. The math, it works.
How long did it take us to get there? I don't remember.
I can
Walking.
probably
Much-
fly there within an hour.
much longer than if we.
Yeah, so, you
Yeah.
take from here all the way to the outskirts of the valley would be, like a half a day's travel.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not about walking that far. I'll fly.
I'm gonna have to start writing down. I gotta say, when I thought I was gonna start in this, this PI gig with you, Sparkles, and all this ridiculousness that started, I did not expect that my life was gonna turn me into various different animals.
You want to fly us today? I'll turn you. You're gonna be our taxi cab.
This has just been so. This is just so odd.
Yeah,
All right,
excuse
how
me,
we
come
get
back
there?
to cab.
Let's just make
So-
this happen.
I used to be a
So-
homicide detective. Now I'm a magician?
No, it's like he's the one we turn into the eagle, and as we're flying over, it's like his inner monologue.
Yeah.
It's like a noir in like noir style. I was the best PI in the city. I had done this. Now I'm a giant eagle.
But how did we get here? And then like
Now
it
I'm a
cinematically
time-traveling
rewinds
eagle.
through the entire movie we're about to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, so Rail will explain one person polymorph into a giant eagle, all wild shape into a giant eagle. The other two can ride with the two eagles, and I'll be able to talk to the person who is polymorphed in eagle speak so that they understand where to go.
Yeah, all right. Who wants to do it? I'll do it if you don't want it. But maybe we turn Wallace into it and just for fun.
Do I get a choice in this?
I mean,
You
you do have
should.
to be willing.
I suppose the spell doesn't have to be willing. So.
I look at Wallace and say, "Hey, bud, I've always wanted to ride an eagle with a hand crossbow like this. Dream of mine since I was a kid. If you wouldn't mind."
Eagle.
Since I grew up as a poor, starving street urchin in Canoria,
I'm
I
just
dreamed
imagining.
one day.
At this point, I'm kind of just like, all right, let's draw straws, but the two of you just rig it so that I have no way of winning.
I then go and I look at you and I pull out the steampunk banjo and I say, I even changed up musical instruments mid-career so that I could get to this moment to have this dream. So if you wouldn't mind, dear Wallace.
I need to start writing down all the different weird things that has happened to me. All right, let's grow wings and feathers. Whatever. Let's do this.
I go, yes, and I slap you on the back, and as I slap you on the back is when I cast polymorph into the giant
No
eagle.
mental preparation whatsoever. It's just,
As soon as you agree to it.
And I'll use one of my wild shapes.
actually, hold on, Zach, what's the DC save on that?
Let me check. No, I think it is. It has to be a willing
I'm gonna try to roll the save at disadvantage just because I'm like half willing at this point. Because you just like ah.
Okay, I'll throw it in chat and we'll look at
Okay.
it.
It's whatever your spell
DC
save
17, which is it's a
Wisdom.
But is there a save because
Okay.
it has to be a willing creature?
Yeah,
I mean,
if
I'm half
the creature's
willing, that's what I'm
unwilling, it must make a wisdom
Yeah.
save to avoid the effect.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
Alright, so you do that, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I start to turn and then
Wow.
revert back to human. I'm like, you gotta give me a heads up. You
And
gotta
I look in at that moment and I say, boy, you really ruffled his feathers there.
Well, I've been the spell slot for you now.
Alright.
Which puts him in such a state of distraction that he's then able to calm down and let the next spell take effect.
Alright, let's try that one more time.
You gonna accept it this time?
Yeah, no, we're good now. Okay, feathers. Let's just imagine giant, I don't know, wings.
Ooh.
Okay. You gotta give me control of the token and vision.
Oh, why doesn't it have that? You should have control. I set it to represent you.
I cannot. There we go. I can see now. Yay. So, fun fact: my mental ability scores are replaced as the statistics of the chosen beast.
So
Yeah.
you have 8
That's why.
int.
That's why part of it is I turn into an eagle, and then we can collaborate in
Well,
bird speak.
the giant eagle understands common and Orin, but can't speak them.
That's fair.
Wait, really?
All right.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, all right.
you have an
Damn.
8 int, a 14 whiz, and a 10 charisma.
Oh. Poor ass bird. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just kind of like looking at everybody walking around on my claws.
Yep.
Look at my feet.
Yeah,
Look at the
I'm also an eagle. Like,
oh, you transform now. Okay.
yeah, I transformed before. Like, my intent was to transform before you, so that you didn't like freak out. Like, you see another eagle. was like, oh, this is a cool place for eagles to chill.
Okay.
Legs, which one you want? Legs, you want to take Wally?
I kind of want the druid on this one. Not gonna lie, he's probably done this before.
All right.
Mike, roll a Constitution save.
Well, it's the bird's constitution, right? So what's the bird's constitution?
No. Oh yeah. Bird's Constitution's 13, so it's +1.
I mean, my proficiency bonus would be 4, so. There you go.
You're fine. You don't eat
Okay.
a bunch of worms in the wood.
Cool.
All right, Wally, it's you and me. So which one's Wallace, red or blue?
Wallace is blue, Rail's red.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rail has like red feathers on the head.
And everybody thinks I'm a bald eagle.
Okay.
I walk up to Wallace and just kind of like pat him on the neck and like, all right, we cool, buddy.
I
And then
peck
begin
one
to
of your
mount.
scales.
Yeah,
As
is
soon
that
as he
all?
says that, as soon as he says that, I slap him on the back and say, "You're very talented."
With that, so viewing the composite jungle map, which you should all be able to see right now. So y'all are here, and you're headed somewhere up here, I guess.
Well, we're trying to find our old entrance, which was we could find the old. I think it's right there. Yeah, right there.
So there are several entrances in this tile.
Oh, there are. I think we went. I think we came out of this one. I want to say. So we'll go to that one.
All right. Flying there at 80 speed, double time, is roughly gonna take like 30-40 minutes instead of half day.
Cool.
So
Yeah, so I'll get us. I'll lead us into like the vicinity of where kind of like a centralized part around where I know like the 4 entrances that we know about are, so that we can like land, kind of get our bearings, and then head off in whichever direction we want to go.
okay, so you guys land on this outcropping and then head wherever you're headed.
Yeah. And like so, yeah, we land, and once my passenger is safely on the ground, I'll shift back and be like, "See, that was much faster."
Hold on. I've never been an eagle before. I don't think I've ever flown before outside of like a Modron helicopter thingamabobber. So like, I would probably be like swooping a bit, doing a bit some like sleeve. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like hold on, we're skipping a rather important experience in the life of Wallace here.
That's fair.
I don't want to just glaze over. Like, I'd be going up and down in like wide circles, up high. I probably would have made us take like an extra like 15 minutes of just being like turning in circles, probably turning a little too far to the point where someone may have fallen off.
This is like payback for this. I'm just like, well,
When I ride a stupid shark.
I definitely do like at least one barrel roll, which like freaks my rider out. But Rail is like very experienced at flight, so he's able to do it safely. What is going on?
That's Mike, being Mike.
Right. Cool. That's gonna take 20 minutes to clear off of my screen.
I'm only moving 2,850 feet.
That's all.
It's a half mile of flying. Alright, and then I'll land. And then I'll, like, ruffle
Wait,
Barnacles
hang
off
on.
my back.
Hang on. What is there a Constitution? I'm gonna roll a Constitution saving throw for vomit.
Oh,
Was kind of.
oh, you're on the verge, but you hold it back.
Oh,
Help!
oh.
Help!
Right.
Like
I got the
Brian
mouth
Posehn.
sweats.
Mouth sweats.
Do you, do you need a good berry to wash it down?
Oh, you got me those? Yeah. Let me get one of those.
I always have several.
So at this point, I'm like walking side to side and like bobbing my head and being like looking expectantly at somebody.
Just straight up being a bird.
Yeah. I'll say so there are four entrances to the spider caves around here. Which one do you guys want to try first?
Which one did we come out of?
Yeah,
walk
and
over-
I'll point out
Also,
the one that we went to.
I really enjoyed that good berry. I really like the good berries.
I walk over to while this is happening. I walk over to Fingers and a la Kevin from Up, just like use my chin to like tap the top of his head, just like. Bip, bip.
What? Bird brain.
I think you I think whoever's polymorph needs to drop the spell.
I look
Yeah.
over at Jim.
Polymorph is concentration. It lasts for an hour.
I look at him and go, there you go. Like,
Poof.
popping back to.
Imagine if concentration broke if he failed that con save and vomited. That would have been
I'll reappear with my arms like this. It's like,
Yeah.
weird. Ugh. Did I? I didn't eat anything, did I? I don't. Everything's kind of.
You
I'm looking-
statistically ate several bugs on the flight over here.
Oh yeah, I definitely would have. Just,
Pick one out of your teeth. Yeah.
it's just like prestidigitate my own teeth clean. Just like.
Hey, there's a thought.
Crest.
The whole campaign's been
Long
This
advertisement.
episode sponsored by Colgate. Thank you for
Yeah.
finally getting there,
dental
guys.
hygienists in D&D are just sorcerers with prestidigitation.
in yeah, and then instead of toothpaste, you can at the fantasy convenience store, you can just get little scrolls of prestidigitation.
Perfect.
Yeah,
That's like a travel kit, you know?
Yeah, and they come in
I
a
like
little
it.
case.
That's what the hygienist gives you when you leave, you know, in your little goodie
Yeah.
bag.
Your
Right.
sewing kit is a mending scroll. Yeah.
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 I like
Sparkles,
it.
you taste like copper, by the way.
Huh? You got a scale. What can I tell you?
Yeah. That. Alright, where are we going?
You tell me.
That's what I was just asking you, sirs.
Well, I mean, we know one part of the cave, but you tell me, old man, if we're trying to find somebody who's trying to stay hidden, what part of the cave do you think would make sense to go in first?
Yeah, so Jim, it's been several weeks and I don't remember the conversation with the Spider Queen verbatim. Based on that conversation, would Rail have some sort of idea of like which cave entrance might be the one to try first?
No, you don't know which cave entrance to go in. You do know that they are all intertwined inside.
Okay.
In some way or another. You just don't know the
Right.
layouts by heart.
Okay. Yeah, so Rail will say like the information from the Spider Queen wasn't very specific. I guess if I had to go off of just my instinct, I'd say let's go to the one that's on the opposite side of the cliff face from the one we were in, because that'll cover the most new ground.
So
and we
this one?
can make our way. That's
Because we
that's
went
what
in. Because we went
that's
in
what
this
I'm
one.
right. That's what I'm thinking. But you all are the seasoned adventurers.
I mean, if it's all interconnected on the inside, it's all hunky dory. I mean,
I tend to agree with the Druid here.
Alright. And Wallace will start walking that way.
All right.
Yeah,
You're
follow.
pretty familiar with the terrain at this point. You're pretty solid at grabbing handholds, climbing your way down, so it's relatively easy for you guys to get to the cave opening. Is the plan for everyone to just enter the cave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, guys, hang on. Before we go in,
Uh,
wait a minute. Hey, what is our plan with these spiders now? If they start attacking us, are we wiping them out? Or are we gonna try to preserve some spiders? If they're under a spell, I don't know if I want to keep wiping them out so easily here.
I'll say
Oddly,
I could.
it's oddly considered of you, Sparkles.
I'll say I can go in first as a spider and let the spider colony kind of know what's up, and maybe we're gonna help them out, and that they shouldn't attack us.
We
That
can certainly
sounds like
try,
a
but if they
And
start
that way-
fighting, they're gonna have to fight back.
I hope that works, but what happens if they don't believe you or they turn on you? Then you're all alone in there. Couldn't we all go in
No, we
together
could-
anyway?
stick
Oh,
with
I'll
them.
be I'll be able to get out just fine.
Oh, fair enough.
Wait, are we waiting for him to come back, or are we all going in with him?
Wait 5 minutes and go in.
It might take a little
You know-
longer than 5. Maybe we should just set up camp right here. I mean, we'll see anyone coming, and who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky, and our friend will come back, and then we won't even have to go in there.
I really hope that me coming back isn't having to do with luck. I'm pretty sure I will make it back.
How much time you need?
Oh, just it depends on if they want me to talk to the Spider Queen or not. I'll send you a message, and I'll like cast message in to Jin, and I'll say like this, and you can reply to it. It's in your head.
Clever, very clever. All right. So if you're not back in, say, what do you guys say, 6 hours? Then we're coming in after you.
Maybe more like 30 minutes there, Sparkles.
Well, I don't know how deep these caves are, man. I don't know how deep. If you're not back in 30 minutes, we're
If you're
coming
not
in
back
after
by Sunday, we're coming in after you.
you.
I'll be fine, and I'll like walk toward the entrance, and I'll use my second wild shape to turn into a spider.
Cool.
The same spider that the spider people have like seen me as before.
Yeah, fair, totally fair. Okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't gonna be a like I didn't mean for it to be like a super long thing. I was just gonna go in till I found the first like spider or guard or whatever, and tell them what was up and see if that was cool, or if they need me to like go talk to the queen again or what.
Sure.
Got it.
And you are you're a giant spider, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna move this over here.
I just did cheat myself a clean space to sit down and start dealing cards.
Vision on details.
I will
Represents.
do the same. Prestidigitate and accept your cards.
Prestidigitating.
Do you have control over that token now?
I do.
All right, cool.
But my roll 20, as ever, is being very slow. So it might take me a while if you need me to do every single move.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
So you enter the cavern, and
Mhm.
you see a similarly colored and material, but obviously the terrain is slightly different as you're in a different part of the mountain.
Yeah.
The rocks here are a little rounder and more firm. There aren't as many webs, but there are some, and there are some spiders milling about. The first one you encounter sees you and does not seem hostile or interrogating of you.
Yeah, and I'll go over and in like spider speak, kind of like relay the situation. and like the stuff that I laid out before.
Cool. So it basically says, um, Hive Mother approves. You are friend. We thank you.
and I'll say, like this also applies to my friends, and I'll describe the other three in the party.
Yes, Hive Mother told us of Scaly One and Shiny Head and Gun Holder.
Great. I don't have the emotional bandwidth to process why spiders know what guns are, so I'm going to go get my friends. Thank you for your spidery hospitality.
It
and
says.
I'll make my way out, you know, less than 10 minutes later,
Cool.
and I'll swap back from a spider into being Rail and walk up to the group and say, "We've got the go ahead. Everything's
What?
go.
That was quick.
Everything's looking good. I'm very efficient at my job."
All right.
Some things he needs 5 hours and 50 minutes of this.
I mean, if you want to continue to take a short rest, I wouldn't be upset. So I can turn into animals again.
I mean, we can deal you in. That's not a problem.
I've never seen one of those in my life. What is that?
Oh, these are cards. And I'll start explaining the basics of I don't know what do we play Texas Hold'em. I've never really like some game
Fantasy
Dungeons and Dragons
Texas Hold'em.
yet.
I think the
This is
5e
called Kavoya Hold'em.
the 5e
yes,
mechanic is called
Tex.
3-card ante.
Three dragon ante.
3 dragon ante, excuse me. Yes.
Yeah.
Dragon Ante. Okay.
The
No,
rules were
Ed, not a woman. A deck of cards.
the rules were in Dragon Hoist.
Ah, yes.
Okay. There's also this game called Hearts, which we can now play because there's 4 of us here. Well, that's a simple game to start with. We'll go with that.
All right. Next session, I will actually have a way to play hearts in Roll20.
Easy.
I mean, they do have a deck of cards mechanic in Roll20.
Yep.
You have a deck of cards thing. That's true. All right, so we play cards, I guess, for an hour.
All right.
Short
you
rest, eh?
guys, short rest.
Right. I give everyone a good berry for lunch.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you got any more? Oh, thanks.
Jin is
I-
getting addicted
I-
to
I love
berries.
eyeing sparkles like are these addictive? Doing alright over there?
They,
I love these good berries, man. Oh man, they're good.
That's a
You guys-
really
you guys get a
great
piece of these?
character arc.
I do make several of them every night with the spell slots that I haven't used.
they keep for a couple days, right? Maybe just toss me 1 or 2 at night.
I'll give
If-
you 5.
If Rail leaves the party, we're going to have a few sessions where you're going through withdrawals from Goodberry.
that is fully the plan here.
You're gonna have
I'm fully
DTs.
becoming
It's gonna
addicted to
happen.
Goodberry.
He's gonna get the shakes.
Because like you only need 1 berry, and that's all the meal you need for a day. So you're eating more
Yeah.
than
I
one in
already
a
ate
day.
one today.
Yeah, like you're definitely
That's
overeating.
my second berry.
Our diets are so screwed up between like magic food from Sturgis to these protein bars that I'm convinced were Soylent Green. So like these good berries are like you eat one thing and it's good, and then we had some elven dishes for a while. Like our diets are so messed up. We're not gonna know what normal food is when we get home.
All right, con save to see if you've all got IBS now. You really will appreciate the plumbing.
You're gonna get back
Yes,
and you're
right?
gonna have to cook on low FODMAP for the rest of the campaign. The cooking
Alright.
DC goes up.
So your short rest is over. Everyone feels great.
J. Prax is just gonna
Huzzah.
spend the rest of his life hunting down druids.
Are you a druid?
Make me
Are you a
Goodberry. Or
Me
I'll.
as a PI to like find a druid for him.
Next time he can level up and take a feat, he's gonna take magical secrets so that he can learn good berry.
What spell?
Phenomenal.
Write this down.
Anyway,
So going inside.
so we're going inside. All right, let's play the game.
We are playing the game.
Oh, no,
you,
we're
you
totally
guys are
playing the
doing
game.
great. You guys are doing great. All right, so you enter the cave.
Oh. I should know. Wait, I should know this. Do either of you have light as a spell? Boggles, thing is.
Oh, hang on, let me check out.
No,
Oh
I
yeah, I have this in daylight mode.
Yes, I do. Hang on. Yes. Yeah, I
Oh,
got
it's not
Okay.
daylight mode.
it. You want it?
I'm just trying to remember if we've ever used it. I'm sure we have at some point.
Wait, why can you
Or-
see, Wallace?
Did you
You,
get out? You have daylight mode on? No.
Oh no, it's doing that thing where I delete a token and it keeps coming back.
You have such weird glitches with this software.
I don't understand why that's
It's like-
happening.
It's tied to me, and I have no idea why.
It's a fascinating bug.
Like I did the same thing with the giant eagle,
Literally.
and that doesn't come back.
And it's on this map specifically.
It's like this map or this spider token.
No, it's not the
I don't know,
same
it's weird.
map.
But
Oh,
if
it's
you if you delete this token, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure if I
well then.
delete my character sheet, it'll come back.
That's so weird.
It's so strange. I hate it. I hate it so much.
So yeah, Sparkles, if you could make my shield, bright and stuff, that'd be helpful.
Can do. Boof.
Bink. Oh. As you do it, I will prestidigitate sparks out of my shield. Just be like,
Oh,
Ooh, fancy.
that's why. It's because I gave
I'm
you
very proud of you.
120
Good job.
night
Good
vision.
job there.
You shouldn't have night vision. But you're now emitting how much light?
20 feet, 20 feet of light. 20 feet bright, 20 feet dim is the light spell, as I recall.
Okay, so that should be yes, that's now accurate.
Anybody else want something lit?
What is your vision?
Mine.
The same as me.
I have full vision line of sight.
Dragonborns have night vision? No, they don't.
No, Dragonborn. No,
I do not.
Okay.
Of the
Someone
main,
has
of
dark
the main,
vision in the group, don't they?
of the main. I thought it was you.
I have dark.
There you go. Now I get from the light spell.
I wish bards had it, but I checked. It's not a bard.
No, it's a
spell.
race thing.
Yeah, it's a racing. It's all set.
Yeah.
For
Well,
some
also
reason all your
level
tokens
2
had
spell.
120 feet of night vision, but now I fixed it to be correct.
I will pick
I
up
have-
a.
I should have 60 feet of dark.
Yeah, you have 60 feet of dark vision. That's yours is accurate. Everyone else has none, but Mike is emitting light.
I will take one of the torches out of my
Do you have
pack.
Dark vision, Steve? I think
Elves
you
have
used
dark
it
vision.
last.
I don't
No, the
I
spell.
believe. No, I don't have the spell. I have the racial pass.
Oh.
Yeah, we were talking about the racial ability.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I got confused there.
it's all set.
Is
I
it-
fixed everything.
Jim, I'm gonna take out my one of those torches and
Yeah.
cast light on just the torch head.
You're casting light on the torch itself.
Yep, on the exactly. I'm not gonna light it. I want the head just lit. So it's basically like a flashlight.
Got it. So now it's doing 20/20 as well.
Mhm.
Cool.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
It's of all the main races, I believe it's humans, fighters, humans, dragonborns, and gnomes are the ones that don't have dark vision. Everybody else does.
Hmm.
Of the players handbook races. Anyway. Alright, old man, we said the spiders know we're not hostile. Yeah, they're not gonna.
Yep. Yeah, they
Try to
think
get
we're
this.
super. They think we're super cool and great and powerful and handsome. So
I'm mildly flattered. I don't know what. Do they like the shininess? I don't understand. But all right, that's
mostly
fascinating.
mostly because we took care of the whole mind control thing.
Uh-huh.
They're okay with the amount of burnt. You know what? Never mind. Let's not revisit that.
Yeah, let's let spider bygones be spider bygones.
Spygons be spygons.
Yeah,
All right, Rail.
and
You leading the way there, Rail?
yeah, I guess follow me, and I will begin attempting to lead the party through the caverns to the best of my ability.
Okay.
Let's see. Roll 20 takes forever to go. Okay. All right. That's a dead end. All right. Yep. Just gonna keep making our way downtown.
Faces past and I'm homebound, and you see me prestidigitating musical notes.
Dun, 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 dun. What are you doing, Jeff? You just lagging behind by the entrance?
I
Ah,
mean, I was presumably following, but I had to go into my kitchen for a second.
I see. I see. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh man, my browser really doesn't like this roll 20.
Oh, that's such a
Or roll
shame.
20 doesn't like the browser.
I'm keeping a wary eye on these giant spiders.
It's fine. They all think they're all cool.
Mm, fine. I'm still keeping a wary eye on them.
As we like are passing, if we pass any spiders, I'll like ask if anyone has seen another elf like the one that they were uh what's the word that I'm looking for? Wow, words are hard. Like if anyone saw another elf like with the dark skin and stuff.
Sorry, who are you asking?
I was
Spiders.
gonna ask some spooters.
Are are
Uh,
you speaking spider?
I want to speak with animals.
Ah, okay, that's fair. Um, yeah. So then, sure. So they all seem to say something to the effect of, um, it fled deeper when you killed his companion. They don't know where he or she is, but they they suspect that they are in the caves somewhere.
Okay.
That's which direction's deeper.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that I understand what they mean by deeper in the caves.
Yeah, like not close to the entrance, but deeper in.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll just keep. I'll lead the group as far as I can.
Out of curiosity, what kind of noises are we experiencing while being down here?
Um, you get like a faint as air kind of rushes past you, and then otherwise it's kind of echoey. It's moist,
Dripping water.
but not dripping. At least not in this particular part of the cave, as far as you can tell.
Yellow a quarter for
Um,
me.
Yeah. So like this is a dead end, right? I assume.
Mike, your
yes,
perception makes you look at this.
yes. I was about to try to investigate. I was about to ask for investigating. So yeah, I'll take a look at that.
So, while most of the caverns are rather large and open, this is a small hole that seems to lead downward.
Can we fit through said hole?
Yeah, you can't like walk through it, but you kind of
Right, yeah, yeah.
slide
Shimmy.
down into the cavern and see
Old
what you
man,
can
you
see.
ever does this look like a? Yeah, I'll shine my shield down it and like point the light and see if there's actually.
You know what? I'll do. Hang on, wait. I'll take a rock, like a small rock, cast light on it, and throw it through the hole.
I was about to suggest the exact same thing.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, yeah. So you throw it through the hole. It goes down maybe 6 or 7 feet, and then angles forward into a like around the corner. But it's like, let me see if I can draw it.
Is
So it comes down
is
and then
this
goes that way.
like
we-
are these kinds of smaller caverns common among the spider caves that I've seen, or is this an abnormal tunnel?
I mean, it appears to be dug out rather than a natural cave system. It appears to have been dug out by not natural, but like not man-made tools. But
My
it's reminiscent
suggestion here.
of spidery tunnels.
My suggestion here is that Rail goes ahead and goes through there because if he gets stuck, he can wild shape into a small animal and get out.
See do we want to send somebody who's more subtle, or are you pretty subtle, old man?
I mean, I have a spell for being subtle, but
Well,
we can see what happens. I'm down to give it a go.
I could get in there and not be seen. My only problem is I wouldn't be able to see a damn thing.
So,
Oh yeah,
old man it is.
am I the only one with dark vision?
You are
Yeah.
Yes.
So
two
if
humans and a
if
dragonborn. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we want to be subtle at all, I have to.
my main concern is going down in a hole and not being able to get out. That is a fear of mine.
I mean, you're like a super powerful magic caster. I'm sure we can find a way out of the hole.
Wait, hold on.
I
Sparkles, you
go up to
claustrophobic?
Rail.
I was referring to Zach. That was a fear of Zach's.
That's fair. Zach is way less magical. like
walk up to Rail.
literally, not metaphor.
No, really. Like I don't want to go in there.
I walk
So
up
are
to Rail and
we-
I say, "When you're ready, I'll make it
Are we-
so that light does not bounce off of you anymore."
Okay. Are we all trying to just be a little sneakier? I could make us all a little sneakier for a bit.
Maybe save that for once we need to be sneaky. If you're heading in alone, I don't think we need to be
Why?
sneaky. Just you do.
Rail, I like where your head is, but like I said, it's hard not to stumble over stuff in the dark when you can't see.
Okay, well, I'll cast it. I can cast it, and then you guys can stay here and still be sneaky, and I will also get the benefit of it. Where
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on the fort.
I see.
All right.
Yeah.
That, but I was like, wait, the bard doesn't know druid spells. He's got
Concentration
to
up to an hour. Veil of shadows and silence. Radius from masking detection.
Wow,
Each
plus
creature
10.
gets
Cast
plus
invisibility
10
on
to
you if
stealth
you want.
checks and can't be tracked by
this is
magical
fun.
means. Cool. All right. So yeah, everyone seems super sneaky.
Yeah.
Is that
So
30 feet within 30 feet of you, like for the duration, or when you cast it? No, for the duration. So you have like a
Each
30-foot
creature you
circle around you.
choose within 30 feet of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to. The targets have to be within 30 feet.
Right.
You have
So
got it. So everybody's got to stick close to each other for it to work. Got it. Okay.
No.
no. So
This is for
it's just on the
casting?
cast. Once
Yeah.
once
The
you've
range
been a
is
target-
the target is yourself, and every creature within 30 feet of you that you choose gains the effect for the duration of the spell. It
Okay.
doesn't say anything about having to stay within range.
Right.
Got it.
So, so with that being cast, I will attempt to quietly make my way down the hole and do a bit of scouting.
And we will quietly play 3 Dragon Ante.
So, well, I thought you were all going. You're just going yourself. Now I'm confused.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think he was just gonna go.
He's the only one with dark vision, so he has to
Gotcha.
go alone.
Okay.
We're letting him go solo.
I understood. Excuse me.
That is too tight.
Da-da-da. So you.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to be, sneaky as much as possible, not to disturb anything that's going on.
Hang on. You came in from here. Ah! You crawl through a narrow um, cavern. Not cavern, but a little tunnel. Um, it shrinks down at its narrowest point to the point where you have to hands and knees army crawl through it, but then it opens
Yeah.
after a period, after like 30 feet or so through. It opens back up, and you enter this cavern where you're currently standing.
I don't see.
It's a pretty vertical map. You're kind of in the bottom right of it. You have to zoom out to find yourself.
Oh, I see. Golly. Okay. Okay. Um. So, is there anything around in my immediate vicinity?
So there's these like fungus which give off a dim green glow. You don't recognize this part of the spider caves. This is an area you haven't been in. Um,
Yeah.
it's damper and moister in here. The air is more humid, and there's a small pool of water. And you see very few, even fewer webs in this part of the cavern.
Okay. How deep is the water?
It's really dark in here and very murky. You can't see through it. At the shallower parts, the green glow will penetrate enough to show you that from like here to here, it goes down a couple of feet, but by the middle, it's impossible for you to tell how far down it goes.
Do I see the rock that is glowing that they threw down?
No, that didn't. You passed that a while back. That only made it
Oh,
a few, because the cavern went down and then angled,
I
so
see.
it rolled a bit, but it didn't make it all the way through.
I see. Is there any way I could have like picked that up
If you
on
would
the
have
way?
wanted to, you could, yes.
Okay. Because my thought was, like to toss it into the water and see if I can see how deep it
Ah,
is, like in the
sure.
middle.
So you toss it into the water, and you can watch it go down. After it falls maybe 4 feet or so, the light gets swallowed by the darkness of the water,
Hmm. Okay.
and
A monster pops out.
no, no.
Okay. And there like a way around the water, like maybe you know Nathan Drake, Laura Croft style, like shimmy along the edge of the wall.
It's really slick. You could try, but there's not a lot of handhold. It's shallower around the edges, so like you can see that much like here, it goes down a couple feet around the very edges. It does as well. It's really only the center that really gets dark. So this whole thing kind of shaped like a witch's hat upside down.
Okay. And is there like if I'm kind of like looking to the extremes like around the corner and I'm gonna like try to like just be really still for a minute and listen, can I like perception check and see if I can hear any like footsteps or talking or anything like that?
Um, yeah, you can make a perception check.
I will do so. Oh wait, that was a performance check.
It
I don't know
was.
how to read sometimes.
That's fine.
23.
So you stand very still at the edge of the water. You're peering over in this direction, focusing as far as your eyes and the light can carry you, listening
Mhm.
intently, trying to hear far off. You don't hear anything in the distance, but you do start to hear bubbling and churning in the water in front of you.
I step back.
And as you do, uh, you see rising from below a this. but it's not. But it's not red. It's greenish.
Oh, okay.
And you can roll initiative.
Sure thing, buddy. 22.
Stand by 1 second. I hate that it defaults to. And toggle normal. Stupid me. I didn't have the turn order tracker on. Can you just roll it again and I'll edit. I'll edit the value.
Sure. Oh,
Ah, everyone's
well,
here. One more time, please.
okay. Yeah.
All right. So you actually got a 22, and it actually got a 5.14. Descending. All right. It is your turn.
Okay. Am I engaged with it currently?
It roiled and bubbled up out of the water, and is carrying a spear in its hands,
Oh,
and looks aggressively towards you.
right. Am I would I think that I'm inside of its yes of a not or not yet?
Inside of its
Did I
what?
step back? Am I out am I like inside of its attack area? Am I gonna get attack of
Y-
opportunity if I try to?
you don't assess that you're within melee range of it.
Cool. I would like to step 5 feet this way. Oh, come on, token. Come on, token.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you
So
step
I want to
in
step
front of the
5 feet
mouth of
this way.
the tunnel.
Yeah. Does anything happen?
Does anything happen?
Like, does he attack me?
No.
Great. I use my bonus action. I turn into a spider, and I double move back up the tunnel.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough movement. You return. The rest of the party sees. If I can find where the heck you guys were, over here. Rest of the party sees a spooter come out of the cave.
Yeah, like a regular size spider, and I'll
Oh.
come out of the cave and uh, just transform back into Rail,
Oh.
and I'll say,
Okay.
What?
"I've returned from the scouting mission."
You're really quick on these things. You got to say. I mean, you're very fast.
What'd you find?
There's an underground cave. There are some glowy mushrooms, and there's a big pool of water that goes down deeper than your light rock like would see, and then a weird frog with a spear came up after me, so I came back up here.
I'm sorry. You said it. You a frog with a spear,
Yes.
like like this big.
No, like a big frog with
At
with an
this, I look at my other two
adequately large.
companions and like, I thought we were done with the giant animals. Do we not travel back in time and avoid this? We're dealing with giant animals again. Why is this keep happening? I don't. Now these are not normal. I assume you've never seen one of these before.
Jim, have I seen one of these before?
You have not.
Yeah.
Is
So
this,
no,
Or heard
I
of
have.
them? Like know of their existence? These are entirely foreign to you.
I could perhaps make a nature check if the DM will allow me to.
Yeah, you can make a nature check to see if you are aware of what that thing is.
Wait, is it coming? Is it following you? Should we be? Like-
Maybe. I got an 18.
All right, everybody back away from the hole.
At this point,
Sorry,
I'm locked and loaded with crossbows.
I'm making some changes here. Doing some stuff
You want me to
live.
just nuke the place?
What, send a fireball down into that hole? I have no idea how much that's going to
Yes.
come back up. Yeah, that's a terrible plan. Maybe be prepared to use one of your sparkly lines of death.
I
I
can
say
do
sparkly.
that.
I mean the shocky ones.
Mm-hmm.
And we can just wait a minute and see if it comes up.
So
Maybe
as
it
you're
won't
having,
fucking-
as you have that thought emerging from the hole, comes slithering out this giant thing, and it's blue, and so it looks exactly like this. It's holding a spear. It's kind of slithering up, snaky, shapy like, but it's
So
not
it's a
red. It's
different
blue.
color than the one that I saw.
No. It's the same. The one you saw was also blue. I said that. I'm just telling the guys who have now seen
I
it for
thought
the
you
first
said
time.
it was. I thought you said it was green.
Oh, sorry, greenish blue. It's not red. Is my
Okay.
point.
He said frog thing, didn't he?
He did say frog thing. I'm not sure where he got frog thing out of this picture, but that's what he said.
All right, well, if
looks
that's what
like
I see
frog.
coming out of it, I'm just going to be like, ah! Smack.
Everyone
It looks
can
like a frog.
everyone
know
can
exactly
roll
what it is.
initiative.
I got an 18 on my nature check. I know what it is. It's a
So even with your nature check, you're not sure what it is, but it does look kind of like a man version of like a small salamander you might see in the jungle, but this is obviously huge and humanoid and has a spear
I see. I
and
see.
it's very
Oh
strange.
no, they've taught the fish to man.
They taught the fish to man. Anyway, so
Can you move the token further in just so I can get a good look at it? It's hard to.
yeah,
It looks like a weird red frog to me.
it gets
Okay.
as it emerges from the tunnel, it's gonna lash out one melee strike to the nearest target, which happens to be Wallace, swinging with an 18.
Nope.
All right, so it'll miss, and Wallace, that is your turn.
I will. Let's see. Yeah, no, we're just gonna swing twice. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
A 21 will hit.
Yeah, you can ignore the 4. It's just a 9.
Got it. Dealing 9 bludgeoning
Uh,
damage. And when you connect with that smack,
yes.
it it radiates this chilling cold, and you take 9 cold damage.
Oof. If it could make a DC 15 wisdom save.
A wisdom save?
Wisdom. Wisdom?
It fails.
Wisdom? Okay. In that case, it has disadvantage on all attack rolls on attacks targets other than me.
Okay.
And it also takes another 4 damage from that.
They're just slapping each other back and forth.
I mean, that's all from the same
Yeah, that's
hit.
all from the first hit
Yeah.
because he did the goading
And then
attack.
and this time I'll swing just to swing for the sake of it. There you go. That's better.
Is it in maul form? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. The 24 will also hit for an additional 13 bludgeoning.
Do I take another 2d6?
You do take another 2d6.
Oof. All right.
So another 7 cold damage reflected back at you.
I don't have any resistance to cold, I don't think. So that's fun. All right. That's my turn.
Leganor.
Is it possible to see past this creature into the hole? Basically, I want to cast Fairy Fire, but in such a way that its outer range only hits the creature, doesn't hit Wallace.
It's fully blocking the hole at this point. Like it's squeezing through the hole to get there. Oh, we have another chatter. Hello, Ms. No Rob 72. Apparently they know Ed, which is nice. Ed's got a friend.
Yay! Hi, friends.
There's space above it. So it's a 20-foot cube. I'm basically wondering, is there any way to position a 20-foot cube so it only clips the creature and not Wallace?
Do you have to see the point that you cast it? Target
So it's
within
verbal.
range.
It doesn't actually say that you have to see it, so you
Yeah,
just
so
cast.
so you should be able to direct it to a position that would do that. Yeah.
I would like to do that.
All right.
Oh, I didn't appreciate how big this thing was.
It's a deck save.
Yep.
Yes, DC 15 dex.
It saves.
Boo.
You.
It's my turn.
All right. Jin.
Okay. So I am going to first and foremost back up. So I'm going to here. Then I'm going to start probing this thing for weaknesses. So what I'm going to do, I seem to see that he might be a chilly boy. So I'm going to throw a firebolt at him.
Is that the attack roll to your firebolt?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
That'll hit. Yep.
He adds 10 to his attack. Freaking hell, man.
Why do I add 10 to my attack? That's amazing.
Charisma, proficiency, and +1 for spell attack. I don't know.
Holy
That
macaroni,
must be
that
his
was a good
staff.
level up then I took.
I think his
Oh,
staff
yeah,
gives you a
okay.
+1.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. You have a magical
Yeah,
staff
cool.
that gives you a +1 to spell attacks, and then your proficiency is 4 and your charisma bonus is 5, so you get +10.
Sweet.
Redonkulous.
16 fire damage.
That'll work.
Do I notice any, particular aversion to fire damage or anything like that?
You don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
It then squeezes up more out of the hole, and is still goaded by Wallace, and
It is.
so it will strike at you with its spear. Does a 25 hit?
Yeah, that'll connect.
So you'll take 10 piercing and 5 cold damage.
Ow.
It also lashes out at you with its tail, also hitting, for 7 bludgeoning and 2 cold damage. I gotta change that.
Whack, 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 whack.
And you are grappled.
I don't have a save for that?
The target is grappled. Escape DC 14. So you have to escape the grapple, but there's no save. You just are grappled.
Okay, that's fine.
So while you're grappled, you are restrained.
Wait, what? How am I restrained?
Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained.
No. Like, what is physically happening to me? Like,
It's
like,
lashing out
tell
and
me the scene.
yeah. So sorry, it lashes out with its tail and grapples you with its tail. So you're like
I'm
wound
wrapped
up.
in its tail.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
wound up by its tail.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That makes more sense.
So it hits you for that damage, and also you are grappled and restrained until you escape on a DC 14. Does all of that make sense?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. And now it's Steve's turn. Or Rail, you're up.
Okay.
I don't see him on the turn order.
You don't see Rail on the turn order?
No.
I do not either.
He's above you. It may have been because he was added to the turn order on a different map.
Okay. I mean, as
So-
long as the DM can see it.
Yeah, I can see it, so that's what's important. Oh, it's Anubin's other account. Hi, Anubin. Anyway, Steve, proceed.
Yeah. I'll say to like as I see Wallace get grappled, I'll say, I can get you out, but it might hurt.
Do it.
Say less, fam, and I'll cast Heat Metal on uh, Wallace's armor.
Oh, damn.
My intent is to get him to drop you and then let it go before you boil.
Cool.
Can
I
you
mean,
link
I'm used
heat
to being
metal?
the
Let us
center of.
find distinction there.
I'm used to being the center of. Just now. If a creature is
It
holding or wearing the object.
takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast a spell.
I will also heal you for however much damage
All right.
this is.
That's fine. No,
Okay.
I'm okay with this plan.
So yeah, roll the damage, and Wallace
needs to roll
and
a-
it.
Okay.
There's a save.
It's a DC 17.
If a
con
creature is
save,
holding
yeah.
where object takes damage, it must succeed on a con save or drop it. I see.
Ugh. Really?
All right. So you both take 9 fire damage, but it does drop you.
Nice. Then, as soon as it drops, Wallace, I will stop the spell, the concentration on the spell. And then with my bonus action, I will heal Wallace for 9. Well,
Solid.
so okay, hold on. I'm gonna sorry, because it's not just HP. I will heal you for 3d6,
Wow.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
which will
Wow.
hopefully aspirationally be 9. It is 18.
Or it could just be max
Wow.
roll. That's fine. Seems good,
Huh.
fam.
I'll take it.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Mission accomplished.
Yes.
That's my
Couldn't have gone better.
Oh, you're not gonna move. All right. Fair enough.
I don't want to get attack of opportunity.
Fair enough.
Wallace, you're up.
Okay. This thing's dirty. Okay, we're going to.
Can I move to flank it with like in its range?
You have all the
Wallace is
movement
flanking.
you want at the end of your turn. You tell me where you want to
But
go.
I mean, if I move to here, you guys use flanking rules?
There's no flanking in 5e.
Yeah, there is. It's an optional rule.
Oh, well, it's not anything
We
I
have not
aware
been
of.
using it now.
Okay. Then it does. Then it does not matter whether
Does
I do
not
that.
matter. I didn't even know that was a thing in 5e. I thought that was like a
Curious, what is
4th
that?
edition thing.
If you
It doesn't
if
even
you
come up in
are-
Roll20 if I type flanking.
If you are flanking an enemy, then both flankers have advantage on
Advantage on attacks.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah,
it seems like it makes sense.
it's
It's a good.
it's a rule that
mechanic.
some people play that I see a lot, but also like not everyone plays with it, which is why I was asking.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's not something we do.
If I could give my boy advantage on his attacks, I would. You know.
Fair.
Yeah, if that was true, I would have been advantaged a lot more often in a
Yeah,
lot
right?
of fights.
That's fair.
Usually being the center of attacks. All right, so I'll take my action to swing. Bada.
All right, the 17. Oh, did I close the darn sheet? Hang on. No, there it is. 17 will hit.
He's goaded again.
Goaded again for that's 17 damage.
Yes.
And then you take 6 cold back.
Ow. Well, I'm committed to this. So swing. Bada.
Another 10.
So I take.
Oops. Oh crap. I forget what I think I was at 22. Yeah. Okay, there we are. Another 9 cold.
Hot, cold. And I will use my action surge to go fully on the defensive.
All right.
I'll use my action surge to do dodge action.
Sure. Leganor, you're up.
Pew 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 pew.
The 21 and the 18 both hit for a total of exactsies.
Ah, burn my action surge. Oh well.
So,
I take a.
so like
I'm
I so, so like
beating
I
this thing down, and all of a sudden, just 2 arrows getting both eyes
Yeah.
over my shoulder. I'm like, way to go, fingers.
so like I said, weird frog thing.
What? What do you? How do you get frog out of this? What kind of
You
Something we
know,
can't
do you have
handle.
around here?
I
You got some
I
weird looking frogs, old man.
I ran away from it pretty quick to get to you, my adventurer friends. It just looked vaguely amphibious, and it had a spear, and it looked scary.
I will now. I'm like it falls dead, but I'm like this thing's big, so I'm like, is it? Oh, is it still? No, it came out of the hole, so it's not blocking the hole anymore. But I'm still
Correct.
like kicking it, poking it, making sure it's actually dead. Finding out if kicking it makes me hurt from cold damage.
It is quite dead. You are no longer receiving cold damage by kicking it.
Is it wearing anything?
It
I'm
is
I'm basically investigating the body at this point.
sure. So
What?
it it looks to be not reptilian, but more amphibious. It's like it's got a slimy, shimmery skin, not so scaly. It's not wearing any armor. It has like these tendrily like mustachios made of tentacly stuff, and you know feathery, flappy, finny skin flaps down the spine of its back. It's very
Does it have
snake.
legs, or is it
No, it's very
like just
it's
a
very
snake
snake-like.
back?
Can I show you the avatar without showing you?
I mean, you could just I don't know throw a
Here,
link up in the
yeah,
without telling us the name of it. That's understandable.
I'll put it in
Yeah,
Discord. It looks like this, but again, it's blue-green, not red.
okay. Oh yeah, no, that thing's big. Okay.
That is a much different thing. So we've killed Major Domo Executive.
Yeah, it's not a frog, like at all.
Right.
hence, hence, Wallace just giving Rail like really
There's a
weird looks.
there's a there's a very I want to, in my defense, point out the difference between the picture which we have been linked and the way that it is
the
cropped on the
token,
token.
yeah, the cropped token, like cutting off the entire bottom half of this thing.
Yeah, totally
Right.
fair. Totally fair.
Still,
Okay.
I think for roleplay's sake, like you got some weird frogs where you from.
Now that I understand that we're just doing molten core.
Oh, I am not spec for that resist. I don't have the resistances for that run.
It
Nobody
turns
does.
out you don't. Turns out you don't need them.
Yeah. So, well, I find it hard to believe that the spiders have never come across one of these things before.
Yeah, that seems a little strange. As far as I could tell, I don't remember if the Spider Queen told me about weird Naga creatures.
No.
Sure it did.
So
I'll prestidigitate all the like slime off of me, and like part of me is like, my hands are freezing from hitting this thing, but my chest is still hot from being burned. So it's just sort of like, how do I
yeah,
balance this out?
Very strange elements.
Yeah,
I'll
Wallace-
like, yeah, and like I'll say like, sorry, I had to heat your armor up, but I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't crush you or it would drop you.
Oh, I totally forgot I have a spell I could have actually used for this. That's all right. Next time. I'll remember that for the next time we actually fight one of these things, because my guess is that's not the only one down there. So,
Right.
well, hold on. So, you're saying there's got to be much more to this. There's got to be a lot more to this cave if this thing came from down in there and nothing is ever. I mean, clearly this isn't the only way in or out, and or like if the spiders have never come across one of these things before, there's got to be more down there. Yeah.
Oh, almost certainly there was like a whole thing down there. I just didn't get very far. I figured I would come get you guys and let you know what I saw, and I guess we have a good sense of how strong these things are too. Which is not very.
I mean,
Big
that
and ugly,
kinda-
but not that strong.
like, I'm hurt. That hurt me a bit. I mean, I got healed from 18 in the middle of that, so I'm like, I don't know about weak. Just kind of makes me just. I kind of like. I don't know how many of those. I don't know how many of those things I can take head on. That was.
I mean, I'll make sure you don't die.
I appreciate
I'll
that.
take them from a distance.
That's the first time anyone's ever said that to you, Wallace Stoneguard.
This is like first time having a healer in the party.
That feels real nice, actually. I mean,
Meanwhile, I just throw
it
spells
sets
at
the
Wallace.
insights. I am used to everybody kind of setting me on fire, so that was par for the course.
I just drop
I've been-
fireballs on
I've
your
been
head.
burned before.
Yeah. Because Wallace knows golf idioms. Anyway, off of what?
I
Wallace?
mean,
Wallace
heat
was fine?
metal on your armor to stop someone from restraining you is like not a bad
No, that was-
thing to keep in-
that was
to
well
keep in
done.
the back pocket.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty solid.
No, that was well done.
I
Alright,
appreciated that.
No, that was clever.
That one was for you, Jim.
I appreciate that you also asked ahead of time. You wanted consent.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
consent
me.
definitely matters.
Consent is the most important.
As opposed to
Part
Sparkles over here will just turn me into whatever animal he feels like on a whim.
At that, I start to like.
That's incredibly taboo in my culture, so that is unfortunate to hear.
You have the worst best friends.
And yet I'm keeping everybody alive. Although not as well as the old man. Alright, with that, I will start to climb down into the hole. Because I want to know where the hell these things came from.
So as you climb into the hole, you get 7 to 10 feet in, and it's no longer vertical. It turns horizontal. You have to kind of crawl on your belly to get through most of it. 30 feet or so later,
Nobody's claustrophobic, right?
30 feet or so later, you end up not there, but
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
yeah, you're gonna be in
Over
darkness until I put you where you're supposed to be. But here,
Yep.
that's not there, and that's
Oh
not
my
there.
god. Like stars above, what?
So you end up there.
Okay.
What's the rest of the party doing?
Ooh,
I'm
great.
following
Brilliant
along.
mushrooms.
I'm gonna stand back here, legging up. We going in there?
I suppose we have no choice.
All right. I don't like small spaces. Maybe I should have. Yeah, maybe I should have another one of those good berries. Maybe that'll.
Make you feel better?
Maybe that'll make me feel better. I take one out and I bite one in half. Just,
You eat another half a good berry,
I eat
This
another
really
half a
is
good berry.
this is the Scooby snack dynamic right here. to a
Right?
T.
hilarious. So Zach, you head through.
Yep.
Alrighty. Come on, do what I want you to do. There we go.
Flopping in.
Jeff as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll just do that.
Does anybody have a hard stop, by the way? It's 10:30 Eastern time.
I was just about to ask the same thing.
I don't.
Good.
Everybody able to see themselves?
Yeah.
And zooming around, trying to figure out where.
Bottom left. Of
Oh,
the
that's
big
a
rectangle.
that's a large.
Right.
That's a large map.
Bottom
Oh,
right. Excuse
I
me.
can see.
Maybe I'm
So,
just
old man, it
dyslexic.
came-
I get east and west wrong. I get right and left wrong.
I'm pointing across the pond. Old man, it came from over there?
No, it came from in the water.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
in
like
front of you is this pool of water.
Deep.
It starts out obviously very shallow. It drops down to a couple feet depth here,
Yeah.
and by the center, it's so deep you can't see the bottom.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Yeah.
You're telling me.
Is there any way Jim. Like I'm a 10th level druid. I would assume I would know if it's possible to like use entangle to make some sort of like bridge or a walkway along the like side of the water or something.
I mean, you can walk in the water. Like I said, it's only a couple feet deep around the edges.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if your goal is to stay dry, you'll need to find a solution. If your goal is just to cross to the other side on foot, that's doable.
Right. Knowing
I try
that
to.
there's probably weird salamander things.
Knowing that moments ago, a weird salamander thing emerged from a dark pit of water you dropped a rock into.
Right.
So, Spackles, I'm gonna try something,
Hmm.
and I'll point at the water and send a message. Like I'll point down into the water and send a message that goes, "Hello."
Do you need to
Like,
know the target?
you have to you have to like be able to know the
Which is
target.
fine. I mean, Mike's learning magic.
Right.
So for roleplay's sake, that's fine. I'm just curious about
Yeah,
mechanically what
totally.
would happen. You point your
I
finger
look at him. I go,
toward. Hang on.
"What are you doing?"
You point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. The target hears the message.
If you are familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier,
Does it say
you
that?
can do that through solid objects.
You can cast a spell through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier. But I would posit water is not a solid object.
I agree with that.
So
So all this to say,
if there were a creature where you were pointing, it would hear your message. Okay, so you point into the dark, murky depths. What's the range on message?
I speak into
Doesn't
the
seem like a good
darkness.
120
idea.
feet.
I speak into the darkness.
I
You
talk
s-
to the darkness.
You speak into the darkness. Hello. Very good.
Alright, so I tried to talk to the lake. It didn't answer. Um, I'll like prestigitate Spox at it to try to like. The thought is to make it shocking, like to shock it is like what's happening in my head, but like I'm guessing it just kind of like fizzes as soon as it hits the water, like
Yeah.
prestigitation spirals. Like
Yeah, you can't electrocute a lake with prestidigitation.
Do I get
I
a
look
sense
at you.
that
What
he's
what
trying
you
to do?
doing
I
there,
know
Well?
he's using message, but do I get a sense because I have message as well that this is what's happening?
I mean, you saw him point to the lake.
Then I'm
You assume
and
he
then
cast
and then
message.
say out loud, and like I tried to, and then I say out loud,
then
I
you-
tried to
yeah.
talk to the lake.
right. Oh, you did say that out loud.
Yeah.
I said that was trying to be in
Oh,
Wallace
okay.
voice. I tried to talk to the lake, it didn't answer.
Well, then, seeing that the lake doesn't answer my friend, I'm going to take umbrage and I'm going to start insulting the lake and say, "You're such a grimy, murky, desolate, lonely, disgusting pool."
I mean, it's a cantrip, so for roleplay's sake, that's fine. But technically, the valid target is a creature.
Still, I'm still gonna. All right, so looking over. What do you got against? What do you got against ponds? Thing is, I was trying to talk to it. Why you got to insult it? Just trying to see if anything was gonna answer. You gotta hurt its feelings.
There's the stick and there's the carrot.
Alright, well, alright, that's
All right, well,
and I will.
that's been about 20 seconds or so with you guys fiddling around with the lake after Mike said hello,
Yes.
and as a result of doing all that, another roiling and bubbling bunch of water forms, and out pops another friend. And
Oh, I think it hurt me.
we can all do this again.
I only have myself to blame.
Wallace, you called this.
You're not wrong. There you are.
Man, it's got some terrible initiative rolls. Alright, everyone's on, descending. Steve, a very similar looking thing hath arrived in the water and is looking right at you guys. You have angered
Oh.
its friend.
Oh no, not again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to uh, exasperatedly say that as I conjure and shoot an ice knife at it.
And Ice Knife, you say?
Yeah.
So it's a ranged spell attack.
DC 17.
So
Where's
13
the?
to hit.
13 against
Oh,
its
it's roll.
AC.
Yeah,
Got
roll
it.
is the
The 13 misses.
Okay.
but it still takes
And then it needs to succeed on a DC
dex save.
17 dex
Okay.
save.
Um, it it doesn't dodge out of the shards, but seems to not care.
Okay. Cool. Well, we figured out that resistance, I say, backing up slightly and ending my turn.
Wallace.
Wallace. Wait, hold on. How do I give me a second? The Black Claw enlarged. Trying to figure out if casting the spell enlarge takes an action with the Black Claw.
I can tell you in a second. Artifacts, items, the Black Claw. The Black Claw can be enlarged or reduced by its owner as a bonus action using 2 charges.
Well, bonus. Wait. Well, okay, but it also lets me cast enlarge myself, right?
Yes, it also has just charges of casting the spell enlarge reduce, which would
Okay.
use the
So
normal spell's mechanics.
that's an action. Okay. All right. I'm gonna stand here and take the dodge action. Let my friends do all the beating of this thing down this time.
Okay. Wallace is dodging. Jin.
I just, as soon as this thing, as soon as it's my turn, but really as soon as I see it, I just firebolt it.
Firebolt. 26 hits for
Woo! Yeah, baby.
25 fire
Look
damage.
at that roll.
That's
Max damage.
that's a hell of a thing to see. All right,
Dang.
that happens.
Boil a small bottle of basil water this thing's in.
Anything else, Jin?
Nope.
Leganor, you're up.
Hand crossbows.
3 hits. Minus 11.
31.
31.
Minus 11. Minus 9. Okay. It's very mad at that and is going to run up to here and lash out at Jeff with its tail.
AC 19.
Yep. So you take 14 bludgeoning and 6 cold
Wait, wait, wait,
damage.
wait, wait, wait. So hold on.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
You can use your reaction to reduce the damage the target takes from 1d10 plus your efficiency bonus. You must be wielding a shield or a symbol, so.
Are you not wielding the Black Claw as a maul?
Um. Oh, is it two? I thought. Oh, the maul's a two-handed
One-handed
weapon?
magic rod.
Yes, but
Yeah.
he's enlarged it to the size of a maul, which is why he's getting maul damage when he attacks with it.
Oh, I misunderstood. Well, okay. Well, it's a martial weapon, so it could still do that.
Oh, or a martial weapon. Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Sorry, I just heard I heard shield and said no.
Fair.
All right, so you take instead 5 bludgeoning damage and 6 cold damage. Uh, and
And if I was in defensive stance, I would have the shield out either way, but that's fine.
fair. And you are currently grappled and restrained.
No save, huh? So you just get
No,
hit
it's
and
just if
that's
it
it.
hits.
Yep.
Yeah.
It then takes its spear in both hands and strikes at you,
Bards really need the shield spell.
but misses. Thankfully, it was at disadvantage, or it would have hit. So he misses you, Mike.
Oh, it's attacking Wallace. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing my job.
And Steve, you're up.
Okay. Uh, I I see this familiar situation and say to Wallace, same deal.
Wallace is
I'm
not
not the
the
one
one who's
restrained.
grappled.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait, who's
the tail
grappling?
the
Dang
tail
it,
has
the
a
tail-
longer
the-
range.
So
Yeah, it's
you
got a
said
big.
the damage breakdown was 6 cold, 5 bludgeoning. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
So with bludgeoning resistance, would that be 3 or 2
Two.
bludgeoning?
2. You always run down.
Okay, so I assume you don't have metal armor on, so I can't do the same trick twice.
Leganor is currently wearing no armor. Oh no,
Studded leather.
the shade's armor of Elvenkind, which is studded leather.
Mm.
Or is it studded leather, or is it armor of Elvenkind that functions like studded leather plus 2?
Either way, it's soft and supple leather armor.
Right.
No metal.
Okay. Then I'll do the same thing that my Dragonborn friend did. I will firebolt it.
I have a rapier on my hip. Could he heat metal that and have it?
Um,
Would I see the rapier with him
hang on, I'm gonna flip a coin
grappled?
to see where where it's grappled you. On a 1,
Okay.
it's around your hip. On a 2, it is not. It is not.
Okay.
So yeah, that would not function in this case.
All right. Then I will. Yeah, I'll do what my Dragonborn friend did, and I will cast a firebolt.
Very good.
Yeah.
You do that, and it takes 4 damage.
Not the most exciting firebolt in the world, but
But I am very excited to see you cast
Fire, yeah, fire.
it.
Wallace, you're
Oh,
up.
huh.
I will use my bonus action to reduce the size of the Black Claw down to a flail if I hadn't done that already, which I haven't declared that, so we're going to do that. And then, dodgy dodge.
Reduce and dodge. Very good. Is that it?
Yes.
Jin.
Something works, you keep doing it.
A 24 will hit for 13. And Leganor, you are currently grappled and restrained.
Can I try to roll against that? I mean, I have a terrible strength, so it's not probably.
Yeah, it's a
Strength or dex, yeah?
it's a DC
Or is it
14
just
escape on the
Strength, I'm pretty
grapple.
sure, is the counter roll, isn't it?
Let me see. I'm gonna check grappled.
No, grapple I think you can get out with either. But I could
mean,
be wrong.
Dex is preferable by a wide margin, but I'm pretty sure it's strength.
It just says escape DC 14. How do you escape grapple? 5e escape grapple. A grappled creature can use its action to make an escape attempt. So it's an athletics or what's the
Acrobatics,
or acrobatics.
which is dexterity. Yeah. Well, yeah. So it's
So,
athletics or acrobatics. So if you have proficiency in
yeah,
one of those.
athletics or acrobatics DC 14. That's what you want to do.
So if I escape from this thing, what's my action economy after that?
That is your action. So
It takes your action to break out of it, so you'd have your bonus
you'd have
action
movement and a
your.
bonus.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
it's
well-
a thing that reduces your action economy. That's the primary effect of it.
I'm pretty heated right now, and I'm going to this time, once again, viciously mock. And here, let me actually. Well, tell me if I need to roll damage, but is that the best you can do, you slithering knave?
I mean, that'll work. Spell DC 15 Wisdom save.
So
On
you
the thing.
viciously mock it, and it
Yeah.
is mocked viciously.
So
So roll
roll 2d4? Yeah. And it has disadvantage on its next attack roll. Nice.
All right. Well, unfortunately, because you're grappled, it can automatically hit you, and it will continue to do so.
Oh, it just continues to do damage because he's grappled.
Yeah, as long as he's grappled, it can automatically hit the grappled target, but it can't attack anyone else with its tail in that for that duration.
Okay.
I can't find the tail attack, so I'm just gonna roll it again and roll damage. So he damages you again with its tail for 11 bludgeoning and 9 cold damage.
Can I still do this?
Um,
But how many? How
it
many cold
it doesn't
damage?
make an
9?
attack, so I don't think so because it's just surging damage through the tail. It's like squeezing. It's not. He's not
Okay.
making an attack roll.
Fair enough.
What did you say, Jeff?
What's the damage breakdown? I'm
11,
visual. So
11 bludgeoning. So if you're resisting, it's 5, and then 9 cold.
right, 5 and you said 9. Okay.
Yep.
Oh wait, can I? Or is it just me? Self. Never mind. Okay.
It's then going to swing its spear again at you, Mike. Mockery is just the next attack, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a disadvantage at me no matter what.
Oh right, that's true. 16? No.
No.
Yeah. Very good. Steve, you're up.
Okay. Sorry, I was in the bathroom. Did anything exciting happen?
No, Jeff is still grappled.
Jeff remains
Okay.
grappled and is being
He
bludgeoned
did
and
successfully
folded.
mock it though.
Yeah, he made fun of it pretty hard.
Okay. Yeah. Then we'll hold to the pattern, and I will cast a firebolt.
All right. You do that and hit it for 10.
18 for 10.
Crispy.
And then with my bonus action, I will heal Leganor for 3d6 again.
Cool.
Hold on.
What spell is that?
For 11. It's my Druid Circle ability.
Ah.
Nice.
Is there like
Yeah,
a certain
circle-
number of uses?
I get 10, I have 10 charges, and each charge is a d6. I can expend any number of charges on a bonus action to heal for that many d6.
Noted. So you got like
What
4 left.
circle are you?
Dreams.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, you receive 11 health back. Anything else, Rail?
Nope. That was my action.
Wallace.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep dodging.
Wallace continues to dodge. Jin.
You're muted, Zach.
Crap, I always do that. Sorry. So Leganor is grappled. Is there anything that I can do to help remove that? So my thoughts are shocking grasp. So it does. The target cannot take a reaction. Does it use its reaction for anything in terms of grappling?
No, you're just grappled until you escape.
There's nothing I can do to help. Okay.
I mean, if you cut his tail off, that might be a thing. Like there may be ways to affect that, but in terms of the mechanics of what's happening, Jeff's character is under the grappled condition until he successfully escapes.
Yeah, I figured I'd just try to help. Okay, so
You
then
could probably help. You could probably help him escape if you wanted to do like a trigger action, help escape, and then he can roll at advantage to break the grapple. I'd give you that.
That would be nice.
Okay, so then what I'll do is then I will try to help him, and then I will use shocking grasp so that he can get away, or he and I can get away without an attack of opportunity.
So are you doing shock and grasp, or are you helping him escape grapple? Because those are both in action.
I see. I see. Um, I'll just no, I'll just firebolt him then.
All right.
Let's just take this thing out.
That would be.
I promise you that's the better choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits. He was at 3, so I'm glad you chose
Yeah.
to just to kill it.
Just
Okay.
burn it down.
It dies and slithers back into the lake and sinks into the depths.
So it never responded back to me, huh?
No, it
In a
has
way,
the
it did.
it has the ability to, but
Right.
it was just happy to know that something was in its lair.
You alright there, Fingers?
I'm picking out the goo, and then as I'm cleaning myself off, you see me, and I start feeling around my chest and the sash that I have been wearing for like a year and a half, for which I'm carrying around the dwarf weenus this entire time. I'm going to realize that I have the sash of the seer, which grants me the ability to cast scrying without material components. And
He's had
that's
this
a
since like
nifty.
the Uralaba Temple.
I completely forgot about that. I was like, wait a second, this is going to come in useful.
He freaking stole that thing, is what he did.
Yeah,
Well,
he
the whole
did.
point at the time was like to keep an eye on Sturgis because we don't really trust him. But then after that, almost anyone that we came across, it was like, oh, it's at such a disadvantage that I might as well just keep up with. But this might actually.
I'm gonna help you clean off with some prestidigitating, by the way. Just
So that's
well,
the
Wallace
spell.
Wallace is
You want
enjoying being able to do magic now that he can. Just
So, Jim, if you want to take a look and tell me what you think I should try to roll. Basically,
Scrying. You can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is the same plane as existence. Target must make a wisdom save. Which is modified. So, who are you trying to see and hear?
drow.
Um, hmm. I don't think that works if you don't know the creature.
well, no. So it says knowledge. Second hand, you have heard of the target. +5. First hand, you have met
Oh,
the
I
target.
see.
0.
Got
Familiar,
it.
you
Got it.
know
Got
the
it. Got it.
target
Got it.
well. -5.
So yeah.
And that's their save, so they have a bonus.
So it
Yeah.
has a
Likeness.
+5 saving throw to its what? Wisdom save?
Well, so there's also likeness or picture, possession or garment. I mean, if he knew better, I could hand him that piece of clothing I had, if that matters. I mean, he knows what it looks. He knows he's a drow, right? So that's a likeness.
No. Likeness or picture is like it's got a cleft chin and it's male
Oh,
or
all right.
Here's the
female.
bounty,
That's fair.
Like
bounty scroll, right?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
you don't
Okay.
quite have that.
Wait, do you have some of its clothing?
You have
I
some
have,
of the
I
other
have
drows'
a piece of
clothes.
the other drow's clothing.
So the question then becomes: would I have enough knowledge of this spell that I've never cast before to know that? And would I know
Probably
that
not.
Wallace?
I mean, you would have known.
You're gonna
You would have watched me rip the.
You're
garment
casting
out of
it. You're casting it at second hand because that's how much you know about this thing. But
Yes,
what is
and
it saving?
those
A wisdom
other.
save.
But the thing is like, if Mike has that cloth, obviously, if it doesn't make sense, I don't get it. But the -4 almost cancels out its own bonus. So, I mean, it's kind of a hail mary, but if it works, it'd be pretty freaking cool to have true sight centered on this thing.
I'm gonna roll for it. I just gotta change something here. Always whisper rolls.
Oh.
Toggle advantage.
If I have the ability to cast that too, can I help or can I
We're gonna be
double
standing
cast
around
it?
for 10 minutes.
Mm.
Yeah, I can cast it too. But yeah, we don't have a piece of it, so it's like kind of a
So
we could try it once, I guess.
yeah,
It
the
takes,
the,
it
the cool
takes
part
10
about the
minutes to
sash
cast.
is you don't need 1,000 gold of material components.
Of course. Or you're not burning a level 5 slot.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
pretty solid. Anyway, Leganor pulls out the sash and starts rubbing it really creepily. His eyes kind of roll back in his head and turn white. And for 10 minutes he sits there
Uh,
like a warg, seeking through the ether.
uh, thing is, you right there, big guy. Did you that thing squeezed the life out of you? What's happening right now? Should we?
It looks like
Am I
he's
conscious of this, or am I like truly
Should we?
warged
Should we?
out and
Should we,
oblivious to what he's saying?
I mean,
should we
you're
poke him?
you're actively casting the spell.
yeah.
So do I.
I'll just say like, oh, it looks like he's scrying because like I know what scrying looks like.
That's that's. I look over it. I look
Can
over
I
it.
acknowledge? Can I acknowledge that with like a somatic gesture without affecting the spell, or should I just?
You can see
Uh,
and hear through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves with the target remaining within 10 feet of it for the duration. A creature that can see invisible objects sees the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist. So let me see if any of that information changes anything.
Also, when scrying with the Sash of the Seer, you have true sight with a radius of 120 feet centered on the spell's sensor. So a 240-foot diameter
So
circle
with true
centered
sight,
on.
you can see in darkness, you can see invisible things, you can detect everything, you can see the stuff that's magical. So if it were like sleeping and it was dark, you wouldn't just see blackness, you'd actually see what's going on.
mhm.
Got it.
Mhm.
All right, that's good information. So you don't have a sense of the location though, right? You just see it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
Yeah.
I believe
see
that's.
and hear through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves with the target. Yeah.
Okay.
Creatures that can see
What
invisible objects.
what you see is a a female drow with white hair and white garments, seated in a small, dark, although you can see it because of true sight, but you can tell that it's like pitch dark in there. Um, Not like an alcove of sorts. It's damp, it's wet, it's surrounded by these large fungal growths that almost look like they're shaped like weird kraken tentacles, but they don't appear animalistic or alive. They you can tell that it's like a fungal growth, just kind of the shape of it. Um, and it is carrying. Let me see here. It's carrying um, a scourge, like a barbed whip of sorts, coiled around its waist, and it appears to be focusing on a point in the center of this alcove thing, performing some kind of incantation you don't recognize.
I assume for if it's performing an incantation, I assume this is full. So it lasts for 10 minutes. This is basically everything I see for those 10 minutes, right? It's not moving around or anything
Well,
like
at
that.
at the moment you cast a spell, that's what you're currently seeing.
Oh, I see. We're doing it in real time.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha, gotcha.
So now your spell is
Um,
cast. You're no longer warging out. Like you've
oh, I'm
performed
not.
the ritual. It takes 10 minutes to perform the ritual, right? The casting time is 10 minutes. And
Sure.
then after it's cast, you concentrate for additional 10 minutes and have this knowledge of the thing.
So I can see what's happening with this drow, but actively communicate with my friends with no
Yeah,
resistance.
you can walk about and interact and move while for the
Okay.
next 10 minutes also having true sight of the target.
So you see me kind of clutching in between my brow, my eyes. Oh, fellas, whew, that's a doozy. Um,
You're right there, little man.
I see her.
I'm sorry. What?
Who you watching?
This isn't an odd time to try to find an old floozy on the other side of the plane of existence. I don't know what.
And I slap Wallace across the cheek.
I mean, you sure can make an unarmed strike attack against him.
That's happening.
I believe he's still on the defensive, so it'll be at disadvantage.
That's fine.
No, he's not.
Tell
It's
me
been
what
10
to roll.
minutes. It's
No.
been 10 minutes.
No. Like,
Yeah, I have a
What?
-1 strength modifier, so this is probably not going to hit. But what do you want me to roll?
An armed strike.
D20 plus your D20 plus your proficiency. Well, I don't know. No, he's not. I
Yeah.
don't know if he's proficient in arm strike. So it's just
No.
D20
D20
with your.
with your
plus your
strength
strength.
mod.
D20
So D20 minus 1.
D20 minus 1.
I don't
Alright.
think it's possible for you to strike Wallace.
Yeah, if he crits me, all 20s
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
20 is the only thing. Yeah. You kind of wave your fingers in his face.
Gentle grazing. I'm like, I don't. What?
You just stroke his beard.
Nothing like an unnatural 1.
You have to try. Listen, Wallace, fellas, I've been lugging this thing around ever since I thought we had to spy on Sturgis with it. And I completely forgot about it. But this is the Sash of the Seer. I
Wait,
can
from the
see.
tomb?
I can see the drow
Like right now.
as we speak.
All right. Where is she?
Somewhere here, somewhere on this plane. That she could
mean,
be
that-
near. She could be
Somewhere
far.
in Emrae.
And with that, I'd be able to describe in detail, and for the sake of saving time, everything you communicated to me about what she's seeing, the incantation, the room. The
Wait, do
fungal
those
growths.
fungal growth thingies look like those? And I'll point to the ones that are on the ground next to us.
Do they?
They do, but much larger and more mature.
The ones around her are larger and more mature.
Yes.
So all right. So yeah,
so
she's probably
I
down
share
here.
that. I say, those spore colonies or whatever, disgusting. Much bigger and more seasoned next to this one.
But you don't see any of those giant, like, snake spear wielding thingamabobs near here, no?
I still see what I see. I guess, how does this work mechanically? It's like there's a sensor, right?
Yeah. So there's basically you have like an invisible eye that stays within 10 feet of your target.
Does that eye only look in one direction, or can it see in all directions?
The eye gives you true sight in that location.
So I can see in all directions. So I don't see anything else in that room besides the drow with the scourge performing the incantation.
Well, I mean,
there-
you can see the expanse of the room. You can't see through walls. True sight doesn't let you see through walls, you know.
Oh, sure. But so within the expanse of the room, what you described is all there is.
Yeah, it looks like her makeshift dwelling within this spot.
Okay. So,
Is it-
in other words, I don't see any of these frog, not frog things.
You
Can
don't.
you see like a? Can you see an entranceway, like a? I don't know, like a door,
so-
like a door.
Concentrating on the scry, which is already a few minutes
Sure.
in by this point.
There could be a way into that alcove from the north or south.
Well, fellas, seems it's all cardinal here, north or south. We can even tell
Well,
down here in these parts.
You don't know
So
that
you
it's north
wouldn't.
or south.
Say you wouldn't know that.
Yeah, fair.
okay.
You see a way into the room.
But
There's like two possible entrances opposite of each other in this alcove thing.
okay. There's two entryways, kind of separated across the room, 180 degrees, like
And the whole space is only like 20 by 25 feet at its largest dimensions. It's not a square by any means, but that's about the
So-
size.
It's a pretty small cave. I can't see through stuff. I can only see right there where this lady is. Lady, that's probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said about her.
I'm sure other
Alright.
drow say nice things
That
about
that
her.
was needlessly mean.
towards the drow that mind controlled spiders that led to so many of them
I
getting
mean,
butchered.
fair. She's evil, but maybe she's pretty.
But also,
I
just
mean,
because
given
someone's evil doesn't mean that we need to, needlessly insult them.
Vicious
Bad
mockery
guys
is
have
on my
feelings
character.
too.
Maybe
We
if you
should've
weren't
thought
so
about
mean to
that.
her, she wouldn't be a bad guy.
I would like to modify my spell to be called gentle mockery.
Constructive
I mean,
criticism.
like,
It's still
cure light
strange,
wounds
but
in AD&D 2.0, you could cast cure or cause light wounds, right? So, like,
Yeah.
vicious mockery should also be, like,
Gentle
motivational
encouragement.
speech. Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to have a heal or hurt spell. That would be amazing.
Gentle
There,
encouragement.
there is heal harm is.
Gentle encouragement would be sweet. You'd be able to
Hmm.
cast it on your
I
allies
mean, that's
with
essentially bardic inspiration.
the same save. Well, no, the same save DC, but you give them advantage and a D4 of health instead of disadvantage and a D4 of psychic damage. That would be a great spell.
If
Okay.
only.
It
But I
is.
don't know. Maybe a cantrip for
it's-
2d4 health. This is a bit OP.
Yeah, it's
Well, temporary points. That you can't go
Oh.
above like
Ah,
one
temporary.
D4
Way to
of
go,
roll.
Mike.
Yeah. Because temporary hit points don't.
I mean, if the DM wants to add it because it's his world, he can do whatever the hell.
Well, I'm not going to do it right now, but it's something to consider for the future. Maybe in the second layer of Wallace's Inception, there might be a realm where that spell exists.
We come up with our own spells. All right, it's 11
The version of
o'clock.
Wallace that's dreaming of Babbage directly. Anyway, yes, it is 11 o'clock, so I think this is a good break point.
Mm.
We've got a nice cliffhanger uncovering the visage of our BBEG for the moment, and you survived a little bit of combat and had some fun exploring some caves. With that, the internet, we will bid you all adieu. I hope everyone has a great time. We will be back in Emrae in 3 weeks. The next 2 weeks will be Mike's awesome sauce campaign of Sugoi sauce. Awesome Sugoi
Also,
sauce.
Tuesday next week.
I mean Thursday.
Tuesday 2 weeks from now instead of Thursday would be much appreciated.
So this coming week we'll do Thursday. The following week
no,
you
I'm
want
sorry.
Tuesday?
No, reverse that. The upcoming week, go to Tuesday the 24th instead of Thursday the 26th because I will be driving.
Oh,
for a long
actually,
time
I
on
need to
Thursday.
check. I need to check on my calendar because we're gonna be fast approaching some travel dates for me. So I want to make sure that I'm available for that.
We gotta
We'll
check in with
discuss.
the deacon too. So
Yeah, we'll
yeah,
discuss.
the deacon schedule. All right. So
But
we'll see Steve in 3 weeks.
yeah, Steve will be on June 9th, unless you hear otherwise.
And we all know that's the real reason everybody dials into this. So.
Oh yeah, we're all here for Steve. Let's be honest.
Yes, exactly.
I'm
Him and his
Steve's
cover use
not even
mechanics.
here
The
for
the
Steve.
one member of the party that reminds us of our humanity. The rest of us are just doing physics and maximizing numbers, and Steve's like, yeah, but feelings.
I've never been a numbers guy. I count to 4 for a living.
No, it's appreciated. It's a breath of fresh
Yes.
air.
All right. Good night, internet.
Good night, the internet. We'll see you all in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.